guys, so today I am rocking this hip-hoppy feeling, hip-hop vibes. Today I did a actually a Laura Lee inspired eye makeup look because she's always this feels like kind of her eye. If you follow her, you know what I mean. She's a queen of using these pinky shades in her palette that recently came out last year. Cat's Pajamas has these shades, so I tried to kind of recreate that using this NYX Ultimate palette in warm neutrals. It's not the exact same shades, but they are kind of similar, and this is the only palette I will be using in this tutorial. So I hope you like this kind of makeup look, and without further ado, I think it's time to jump right into the video. So as usual, we're gonna start with priming our face, and today we are using this primer from L'Oreal, and this is the Instant Flawless Perfector. It looks like this. It has actually a nudie color, and this one I like to put like all over my face, almost like a moisturizer. It has a really smooth feeling. And for foundation today, we're going to use this one from Revlon. It is the Revlon Colorstay foundation for normal to dry skin, and this one is in the color 250 Fresh Beige. So this color is actually a little bit too dark for me, so I am going to mix this one with a lighter foundation today. So I take like 2 pumps and just use whatever light foundation you got. So I'm just gonna add like a few drops of this one. It's like 50-50. And now I'm just mixing them together until you get this even formula. And almost as any other foundation, it's buildable, so we only needed like half the product right now. Let's start with that, just because you don't need to use like more product than you actually need to. By using less product, you get that more of a natural look, which we all want. We don't want to look like we're having like tons of makeup on. And whenever I feel like the foundation is slightly darker than my skin, I like to drag this down to my neck as well. Okay guys, so let's move on to concealer. And today I'm actually going to start off with this one from NYX. This is the full coverage concealer. This one is the one I sometimes like to use to cut the crease. It is like this, and this one is a little bit darker. It's almost like an orangey undertone, so I will use this to hide these dark circles underneath my eyes. So I'm just taking a little bit out on a brush and applying this to my under eye area. And I am also using this as a base for the eyeshadow later. And it's supposed to be, even though it's full coverage, it's supposed to be lightweight and crease free. And again, just the smallest amount of product. Can you see the difference? And now on top of that, we're going to use the Instant Age Rewind from Maybelline, and this one is the color Light, just to brighten up that area. And to blend that in, I like to use my beauty blender, but you could also like keep going with your brush or whatever you feel like you prefer. That was really beautiful coverage. Like the foundation with the concealer on top. I really, really like the really even down my skin. I accidentally poked me in the eye, so that is why some redness is showing up. Let's hope that will calm down in just a sec. Okay, to set this, guys, I'm gonna use my translucent powder from Laura Mercier. And we're just going to take some product out to the lid like this. And I'm gonna use my beauty blender to put this over. On every area, we just put concealer on. Then what I like to do, I just like to use a bigger brush and take whatever is left in the lid and go over my whole face. Okay, so moving on to brows. We're using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in Taupe. You already know this is kind of my favorite brow product at the moment. Okay guys, moving on to eyes. Today we are going to use the one and only NYX palette. This is the Warm Neutrals, and we will only stick to this palette. So these are all the shades we are going to use today. First of all, I'm going in with a big fluffy brush with these two colors, and as usual, just setting my eyelid with this. You see, I already see some creasing going on, so I'm not so sure about that concealer. Something like this. Then I'm going in with a big fluffy blending brush like this. And as a transition shade, we will use these two mixed together and put these into our crease. This is like a really nice pinky nudie situation. Next, I'm gonna change a brush to a more kind of a pointy brush like this. This is to get that definition in your crease. And I'm really slightly going to go in with this color right there. See, it's really pigmented, so be sure to tap off the excess. And really with the light hand, work it into your crease. Something like this, and then I'm going back to my blending brush and blending out all this shadow. Then back again without adding any extra color. And then back to the blending brush. And now, just because I feel like it turned out a little bit too purpley from what I've expected, I'm gonna go in with this kind of orangey shade and really, with a really light hand, go over the crease again. And with the same brush, first step, without adding any extra color, I'm going in with this to my lower lash line. Now, not to carve out the eye, but I'm gonna add some of this NYX concealer just really closely to my lash line so that we get the most out of this sparkly shadow later, shimmery shadow. And placing this onto my lid. I still want this smooth transition. I don't want to carve out the crease, so I'm just going to like kind of dab this, whatever's left on the brush, and kind of work my way upwards. That shimmery shade will really like stick to wherever you put the concealer. So you want this to be like nice and even. And then I'm gonna use the same brush, but the back of it, and go in with this shade right there, this shimmery pinky shade, and pack this onto my lid. And you can also use your finger for this. It's just whatever you prefer. Sometimes you get more out of using your finger, but I just like to do this with this brush. You see, by doing this, I get really the most out of the product. It looks more pigmented that way. To the outer part of my eye, I am going to add this more burgundy shade right there. And I'm using the same technique. I'm just going to pack the shadow on a flat brush. And I'm going to focus most of the product to this outer V. And then with whatever's left on the brush, go inwards to blend the two shades together. Then you can take your blending brush again and just blend all the three shades together. Moving on to the lower lash line, I'm gonna go in with this smudger. I dragged my finger here, don't mind that. With this smudger from Morphe, and it is the 213, M213. And I'm going to first of all use this lighter shade all over the bottom lash line, and then this darker one on the outer part. Okay, so it's time for liner. I'm going to use this GIGI HADID Collab by Maybelline. This has a really nice pointy felt tip. And now I'm just gonna add mascara and some individuals, and for that I will be using these two bad boys today. This one is by L'Oreal and is the Volume Milling Lashes, like this, sorry. And this one is by Maybelline and is the Big Shot Colossal. So I'll just do that real quick and I'll be right back. Okay guys, now I have my lashes on mixed with the falsies, and I actually do prefer individuals. I know it's more like messy and it can be really time consuming, but I just feel like the effect is more natural. I don't know. It's occasionally, you know, whatever you feel like that day. So for bronzer, we're gonna use this sleek tropical bronze and slightly contour. And to kind of define that, we're gonna go in with some baking. And for highlight today, I'm gonna use this sleek one called Go. This one is the one I fixed like a week ago or something like that, if you saw that video. And I'm going to mix that with this one from Revolution. It's the Strobe highlighter. Like, go in there with both of them. I also forgot to go over my waterline with this nudie shade. And that kind of opens up your eye and makes it look even bigger. And finally, to finish this look off, we are going over to lips. And today we're using this combo from NYX and Anastasia Beverly Hills. The lip liner is in the shade Peekaboo, and the Anastasia Beverly Hills is in the color Stripped. Actually, I'm going to top that off with the iconic matte lipstick from Makeup Revolution and the color Expose to kind of get that ombre effect. Okay, just wipe that powder off and add some blush. This blush is from Sleek and I've had it for such a long time, so I'm not gonna show you. It's really not much left, but it's in the color, it's in the shade Suede 021. It's a really nice peachy toned blush. Okay, so this is the final look. I hope you liked it. I think it's perfect for a Saturday like this one. Not doing much, you know, just running a few errands throughout the day, and it's also perfect for a nighttime look. So yeah, I wish you guys an amazing weekend, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!